Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. If this is your first time visiting, then just take a moment now to subscribe to the channel so that you can keep up to date with all of my videos. So make sure you click that little bell notification as well so that you get a notification whenever I upload something new. This video I'm going to be showing you how to make these beautiful cross twist headbands or ear warmers, whatever you want to call them. And they're so simple and really versatile, and you can obviously make them in any size that is required. The yarn I use for this one is actually a UK only yarn, and it is from a shop called Poundland, and it is their beautiful rainbow yarn, which worked up really nicely, and I like the effect that you get with the colours twisting across each other. And this is just normal DK yarn, and I used a 4mm hook for it. So you can use any size yarn that you like, and then whatever the corresponding recommended hook size for that yarn. So yeah, that is my lovely rainbow one, which I've completed, which I'm very happy with, and I shall send that off for a lovely little Christmas present. For the tutorial, I'm going to be using this Shapey's Chunky Monkey. Now, I'm really hoping that the colour is just as bright on the screen as it is in real life, and it is called Punch, which is quite appropriate because it's a very neon bright colour. So I'm going to be using this and a 6mm hook. But as I say, you can literally use absolutely any yarn that you wish. So we're going to start with the slip knot on your hook, and we're going to do a foundation chain. Now there's no set multiple for the foundation chain, you can just do whatever length you need it to be for the circumference of the head. So if it's for you, obviously that's super easy, you can just chain until it's as big as you want it to be. However, if it's not for you and you can't measure the person that it's for, then just have a quick search on Google for a head circumference size chart, and you can get ones from newborn right up to adults, which is what I tend to do. So obviously it's chain, you just yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, and just as I say, complete your chain so that it is as long as you need it to be for the circumference of whoever you're intending to make it for. Obviously, the main part of the pattern is just a very simple ridged pattern. The main part of the tutorial is how you sew it together at the end to make that beautiful cross or X twist. So if you just complete your foundation chain, and then I will meet you back once you're done with that. Okay, that is my foundation chain completed. And now we're going to be working back along the whole of the foundation row, doing UK half treble crochets. So in the US, these are your half double crochets. So into the third chain from the hook, so you never count the one that's here, we're going to go 1, 2, and this is our third chain just here, and you will yarn over, insert into that third chain, yarn over and pull up. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. In the next chain, same again, yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, insert into the next chain, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you're going to do that in every single chain all the way along. I'd forgotten what a pleasure it is to work with Chunky Monkey. Actually, I've not used any for a couple of months, and it's just the softest, most beautiful yarn to work with. Anyway, so you're going to complete your last half treble into that very final chain just before your slip knot. And then that is your foundation row complete. So you're going to turn your work now and into this very first stitch here, just where your working end of yarn is, and right next to your hook, you're going to insert your hook through that stitch, go through the whole of the stitch, making sure to catch the V on the top, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both loops, and then you've got 2 vertical sections to this stitch. And you want to insert your hook behind the one closest to your working end, yarn over and pull up, and again yarn over, pull through both, and that just gives us a nice fat stitch rather than having a chain 2. Okay, so all the way along, if you just turn your work ever so slightly, you will see that you've got all of these V's across the top of all of your stitches. So we're going to be working in the back loop only, which is basically the loop that is furthest away from you. So you've got a front loop here, and then you've got your back loop. So front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop. So you're going to be working in the back loops of all of the stitches. So again, you're just doing half trebles all the way across. So insert into the back loop of that first stitch, yarn over and pull up, and complete your half treble. Again, yarn over, go into the back loop, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through them all, and you're going to work that all the way along. And this is what you're going to do on every single row until your headband is as wide as you need it to be. So when you get to the end of your row and you turn, you'll do the exact same thing as what we have just done. Really apologise if you can hear any snoring, but my dog is under the table and she's quite clearly having a very stressful day. So if you carry on doing your back loop only half trebles, and I will meet you briefly at the end of the row just to firm up where you want to be placing that last stitch. So I'm pretty much at the end now. You can see I've got this half treble left to work into the top of just here, and then those little chains that we skipped at the start of our foundation row. So I'll work my final half treble into the chain that we skipped. Okay, so it doesn't look like much at the minute, but obviously once you've worked up a few more rows, it will really start to take shape. So again, obviously you'll turn and then continue working your ridged stitches until your project is as wide as you need it to be, and you'll always be working in the back loop. So I will see you again when it's time to sew together. Okay, so I'm again making a child size one, so I don't need to make it quite too wide. Once you've completed the amount of rows that you need to, you want to complete your last stitch and then do a chain of 1, and then leave yourself a bit of a tail so that you've got enough to sew your ends together. And once you've cut your tail, you can just pull that tail through and tighten up. Now I've already sewn in my tail from where we started from, so I'm ready to just get straight in with the joining together. So you want to fold your headband in, so obviously fold together, but what we're going to do is fold it in half at each end. So fold it in half like so, and the same on this side. So you've got your 2 sides folded. You're then going to tuck them inside of each other. So you've got your 2 halves folded and you're going to tuck them inside. Try and make sure that they're as even as you can and that they line up. So you want the ends to line up there, and then these ends to line up here. So you've just made a little crochet sandwich basically. So that is how you want them to look. So you'll fold them in half and then scissor them together. So I'm just going to thread up my needle. So again, just take a minute just to make sure that it's all in line so that it's flat across the top. You don't want one sinking in and one sticking up. You want them as flat as you can. and, as I say, as level as you can as well. So I think I'm good to go there now. So this side that we've got facing us, that will become the inside of the headband, because we're going to turn this inside out at the end. So I've got my tail on this side, so I'm literally going to thread through with my needle, and I'm going to go through the whole thing. Make sure that you get that middle piece as well. You don't want to miss the middle one. And the outside one. So as I say, make sure you've got all 4 layers. And then I'm going to go back through. Again, make sure you've got all 4 layers. And you're just going to work that backwards and forwards until it's all nice and secure. And you work it all the way along, and again, always make sure that you're catching all 4 layers that you've sandwiched together, which sometimes can be a little easier said than done. Okay, that's mine worked all the way across. I'm just going to firm up that last one, and then it's just a case of weaving this tail down where we've just sewn. So we're just going to weave this end in as if we were weaving in any end of project tail, just to secure it as best we can. So just wiggle it backwards and forwards so that it's nice and secure. And once you're happy that your yarn is nice and secure, you can snip off. And then we just need to turn this inside out, so let's just do that. And there, now you should have that beautiful cross or twist in the middle, but it should lay nice and flat on the back. It shouldn't be sticking out in a huge lump. It should be quite flat there on the back for you, so it shouldn't be uncomfortable to wear. And there you have got your completed cross twist headband. So I really hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial and that you will be coming back again. So remember to subscribe, and I will see you again for another tutorial really soon. Bye for now.